All right, Mitch, it's time for another 5 minute post game show. It's been a while since we've done one of these. Game one, Stanley Cup semifinal. The Montreal Canadiens and Vegas Golden Knights. Canadiens lose game one 4-1. Wasn't the worst game from the Canadiens, but it didn't finish as well as it started.
No, Sean, the Vegas Golden Knights were better for two periods, and it was the second and third period. Unfortunately, the Canadiens came out pretty strong in the first, matched the Vegas Golden Knights head to head, and maybe even had the edge in chances. 12 shots on goal in that first period. Marc-Andre Fleury made a couple big saves. Canadiens didn't score on their chances. Got into penalty trouble in the second, and Vegas really took it to the Canadiens in the third. So, we always hear that one game of a playoff series, especially with two teams that haven't seen each other in regular season, it's going to be a feeling out process. For the Canadiens, it certainly was because they know exactly what Vegas is going to bring now.
I actually felt in that first period that the Canadiens surprised Vegas a little bit. It was their building, and the Canadiens seemed to be the better team to start things off. They fed off the energy. It wasn't as raucous as I thought it was going to be. And I know Vegas has been here, done that when it comes to the crowds, but I thought, your Stanley Cup semifinal, it's game one, new opponent. And it was the Canadiens. And like you said, Gallagher had a huge chance. Suzuki had a big chance. The other one was Josh Anderson had a big chance. He had some good shifts from the fourth line. But then they go into the intermission down 1-0. And it's the first time in 7 games the Canadiens didn't have the lead. And they did not react well to trailing. You mentioned the penalties in the second period. It really got the Canadiens off their game.
Yeah, we've seen that happen to them at different points in the season where either they trail or they run into penalty problems, and it really disrupts their flow and what they want to do. And Sean, then it doesn't just become trailing by one. It's 1-0 to 2-0. They make it 2-1, and then it's 3-1. Only 53 seconds after Caulfield was able to score on the power play. So you're looking at trying to score 3 goals to win after you already got one. You're going to need 4 total against a team like the Vegas Golden Knights. Certainly, everybody on that bench realizes that that's a really big ask against a quality team like the Golden Knights. So it's a matter of limiting their mistakes, right? You take a look at every goal that was scored. You could figure out why it went in, and there was a breakdown that happened on each and every one of them.
Yeah, and the other thing that I don't know if the Canadiens can survive another game without Jeff Petry. I know that it's asking him to play with a little bit of pain and to work through it. He's been skating. We've been hearing there's improvement. They didn't think he was going to be ready for game one, but I don't know if they can wait till game 3 or game 4. For me, Jeff Petry is so important to this defense core. And I'll say this, Mitch, I thought the Canadiens got a good performance from Alexander Romanov. I didn't mind Eric Gustafsson. I thought the ones that struggled tonight were Kulak and Sherratt.
Yeah, I agree with you on the two guys that struggled for sure. And just to add to what you're talking about with Jeff Petry, I think we really saw tonight how good the Vegas Golden Knights are on the forecheck. And the guys that struggled were rushed into making decisions they didn't want to make, throwing it blindly up the boards and just trying to get rid of the puck as quick as possible. Jeff Petry, meanwhile, is a real stable defenseman where when he gets the puck and he feels a little bit of heat, he's going to still take his time and try to make the right play. Plus, we know how great a skater he is. He can often skate the puck out of trouble. That's one of the areas I'm a bit surprised with Kulak, because I think Kulak is a guy who skates very well and can skate the puck out of trouble. But he made a lot of poor decisions in the hockey game tonight, and all in all was one of the Canadiens who had a difficult time.
All right, so we're up against the clock here on 5-minute post-game show, courtesy of Post-Game Pints, Campbell and Gallo. Just some positives from the game. Cole Caulfield scored his first NHL playoff goal. Power play click. Penalty kill was good again. I thought Romanov was strong. You want to add to positives in this hockey game?
I mean, we saw some real highlight reel saves from Carey Price. So I'll add that one too. The save on Mark Stone and the save on Marchessault in the second period. Those two certainly jump off the page to me.
Yeah, there was some really good moments there from the a couple players from the Canadians, but the problem is they didn't win the game, and you can lose in triple overtime and lose 8-0 or 4-1 in game one. You just have to be ready for game two. That's it for us here on the Post Game Pints 5-minute post game show. It's time for our LaBrosse beer. Mitch, you and I and all the Post Game Pints listeners and watchers, we got to go on that new terrace on LaBrosse very soon.
Yeah, Sean, I was there last week. It's awesome. It's jumping. Check out the Lab Series 2. Right now I have the Lab
I like that one.
number nine.
That's a good one.